Hey, Better Call Saul fans, that's right, we're back and so is the show. It's Better Call Kino all over again with all your favorite Better Call Kino boys. I am Simian Slippin' Jimmy, joined as always by Hartsy Protsy.
Yeah, this was a good episode. I like it.
We've got E. Rich McCoy.
Mumkey, I didn't like this episode.
Shut up.
I loved it!
Oh, shit! And last and most certainly least, Florian himself.
Wow. Yeah, so this is one of the highest rated episodes on this show. I don't know, what's so great about it, huh?
Okay, yeah. We all saw that one coming. Well, there are a lot of things to dissect, and I want to begin with a topic that is near and dear to my heart, if that's okay with the three of you.
Sure. I mean,
okay.
I guess
I needed permission from the panel.
Without knowing what it's going to be, sure.
Well,
Yeah,
it is, of course.
Actually wait for an answer.
The question of whether or not Kim and Jimmy love each other is finally truly answered in this episode. I've seen a lot of these essayists on YouTube saying, oh no, Kim is so sociopathic and evil. Kim does not actually care about Jimmy or love him. She's using him for the money. Just you wait. That'll be the twist. And this episode gives us undeniable proof that both of them value the other as much as their own lives.
That literally doesn't make sense, because Kim stuck by Jimmy throughout season 4 of a season where he was out of a job and struggling.
Well, yeah, it's because he's getting all this retirement home money. You know, that was the epic con of Kim. Blown the fuck out. Not even fucking close to being true, goddammit!
Nope.
So should we talk about the moments in this episode that, in my mind, despite the fact that these two characters have never once said "I love you" to the other one, and I was listening,
they really haven't?
Never once in the show.
No.
I think it's going to be a big moment if and when it ever happens, and I was waiting for it to be in this one because we have a scene where essentially Jimmy is sacrificing his own life so that Kim can run away. As far as either one of them knows, they will never see each other again, and even then they don't say I love you. I was like, God damn.
That scene was so heartbreaking. I swear to God, if Rhea does not get the Emmy for Best Supporting Actress,
yeah,
I'm gonna flip shit.
No, Best Actress. Like, she is as much of a lead in this show as
definitely,
Jimmy is.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just so weird. They're just both trying to volunteer each other to do this murder. Wow.
No, is that really how you interpreted the scene, Florian?
Oh my God.
Florian!
That's literally what's happening.
Oh my God, you are
yeah.
so... Oh man, okay, I'm not even gonna insult
Mumkey,
Florian.
how do we do this show? How do we do this show?
While watching these shows, so...
It worked out that way, though. She was going there. She was ready to kill.
Well, we're going to get to that. That's part 2 of proving that Kim truly does love Jimmy. Because I felt what Jimmy was doing. I'm sure some people in the audience, maybe from Austria, you know, maybe there's a language barrier. They don't really understand the nuance of a scene or character motivation. But it was... Let me put it in cape shit terms for you, Florian. Have you seen the film Avengers Endgame?
Yeah, I heard of it.
Do you remember when Hawkeye and Black Widow are competing to see which of them will sacrifice themselves to save the other? That's what this scene was.
No, they just both couldn't take the guilt. That's
Shut
all.
up.
No,
They're both trying to take the coward's way out, man.
No.
You're misunderstanding everything.
I'm just gonna skip over it, hit whatever he's trying to say.
How can you be so confidently wrong about stuff?
I'm choking, all right?
Yeah,
but still,
I figured on this one.
The joke.
But they still... She still did go and do that.
Well, so yeah, that's
murder,
what's great.
Know?
If you would have told me, like, season 1, eventually Kim is going to be willing to murder, as far as she knows, a random innocent person. Like, that is crazy. From the Kim we see, the professional lawyer, you know, she's always dotting her I's and crossing her T's just right. Now she's going to murder somebody to save fucking Jimmy. I mean, that is love.
Feeling no Kim GF,
dude,
am I right?
Kim might be my favorite female character in all of television now. Like, who is better?
Here. Yeah.
I'm trying to think who's better.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer, dude. Epic Joss Whedon. Is that what you're gonna say, you fucking nerd?
Daenerys Targaryen. Who?
I think she she came into her own in season 8. I do think so. Yeah, pretty good then.
Finally.
Pretty bland character up until season 8. Then she started killing people. I was like, hell yeah, dude.
Well, finally. It makes it even better to me because I love when you do a face turn. You're like, nope, fuck all this shit. We're burning it all down. Fuck you.
I listened to the Insider podcast, and it very much was intentional to have the same angles from Breaking Bad when Walt is going to Gus's house to kill Gus. They did the same camera angles with Kim doing it, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I listened to it this morning. Pretty interesting stuff.
I've got a question about this episode was directed by Bravo Vince himself.
Yeah,
always a sign of quality.
May I say bravo? He had some great camera setups in this episode. Just incredible filmmaking on display here.
There were some scenes that were legitimately shot like a horror movie, like Kim walking up to the door, Lalo sneaking around inside the factory, not the factory, the laundromat.
Yeah, and we have some repeated shots. If you think back to when, the cold open when Gus was walking through the underground tunnel, and it was very slow, deliberately slow and boring. So to have the same shot in this, but it's from farther away and it's low angle and it's Mike and it's very intense and scary. Just to juxtapose the same exact hallway, one time being very boring and this time really thrilling, I think.
Yeah, and the score is half of it. It was so intense and good. I loved every second
absolutely.
of it.
I think the score, I think at times it really comes alive. I think the score overall is phenomenal for the show and Breaking Bad. But when it really starts working on you, it's super effective.
I was on the edge of my seat the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
So was it worse having all the boring scenes of this hallway?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it ends up being worth it.
This is the culmination of so many different plots and character arcs. I love it.
Yeah, that's what has me most excited about the episode is that I feel like it has wrapped up basically all the major story, the plots of the show so far. Which means we were able to pretty much predict everything that was going to happen in this episode, all the major stuff. We know that Gus is going to kill Lalo with that gun because we see him plant the fucking gun in a 12-minute scene with no dialogue earlier. But now I have legitimately no clue what they're going to do with the final 5 episodes, and it could legitimately be anything. We could have a flash forward to Walt and Jesse as soon as the next episode. Anything, I feel like, could be in the next 5.
Yeah, I have no idea where they go from here. Do they have a normal episode after this? Where it's just kind of them returning.
What even is a normal episode?
Well, they gotta have an episode where Saul goes to his office and does his stuff, even though he's really freaking out because of what just happened.
Here's what I think will happen. There's gonna be an episode of them trying to get back to normal, trying to get it out of their mind and live their daily life, right? And you guys all know about the new character that is supposedly coming in the later episodes. She's played by
Carol Burnett.
Yeah. I have a theory that this character might be an investigator or something, and will be questioning Jimmy.
Carol Burnett's 93. I think she'll be a retirement home lady.
Oh, that makes sense.
She's. I mean, isn't she in her 90s?
Yeah. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, she's pretty old.
Yeah, I think they can still do stuff with the retirement home thing, right?
Well, eventually we have to see Jimmy get this money, so maybe they'll do that next.
Right.
And now that it is over, he would be getting the money pretty soon.
Yep.
But now now that there's no major antagonist, I think there's no antagonist whatsoever now, right?
Do we don't even need an antagonist. I just want to see what happens in their lives.
Yeah.
Weren't there scenes where the cops were investigating them? Wasn't that... I mean, they were fast-forwarding those. Have they happened already?
I feel like they are gonna have to speak to the police in an upcoming episode, because they are, even Mike said, everyone knows that you were the last 2 to see him, so...
Right.
That's gonna be pretty intense, because they're still mad about him for Lalo, because he defended Lalo. So
who defended Lalo?
Well, Jimmy, remember?
Oh,
Out of
right.
jail?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, and then he slipped up and he said Lalo instead of
Oh, yeah, that's right.
the Gooseman. So
Yeah.
so they're definitely gonna get him for that one, I guess. So that'll be a few episodes probably.
I think the brilliant thing about this episode particularly and this show in general is, even though it's a prequel, even though we know the fates of most of these characters, the ones that we don't know make the entire thing so much more interesting and like on the edge of your seat. Like if only just for Kim in this episode when she's driving to shoot Gus. But like even Lalo, like I didn't know for sure. Do we know for sure from Breaking Bad that Lalo died?
Like
Or was it just
99%
speculation?
sure,
Okay.
because Gus said, "I've killed every single one of you, Salamanca."
Yeah.
Yeah, unless they still
Proof.
go there for another 5 seasons of Better Call Saul and Lalo is alive and they try to kill him off screen while Breaking Bad is happening.
and like I'm sure there's some interest in like how it goes down, how it happens, but like especially for Lalo's death here, it was just nerve-wracking to watch when the lights go out, when Gus is firing at him. It's complete darkness. You don't know that he shot him, and it's revealed.
I'm gonna say this. I know, Monkey, you don't like this Gus. You don't like Gus as a character now, but I think seeing him as this scared man fighting for his survival, this is something we've never seen from him, and I really liked Gus's performance in this episode.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say that for the first time in maybe 5 seasons of Gus, the actor actually had some range. Like after he won the gunfight, and he was finally that weight was off of his shoulders of fear, and he's completely alone, probably for the first time in a long time. He breaks down. He's letting all the emotion out, and I was happy to see Gus finally have an expression on his face.
And I think in this whole episode, he's kind of on his toes. He knows, I don't know exactly when he figured out that this was some kind of ploy to get at him. Because, Lalo definitely sent them there as a way to pull Mike and his, security team away, right?
Yeah,
That
according
was
to
Lalo's
Vince,
entire thing.
according to Vince on the podcast, the whole plan was he wanted all the men to leave the laundry so he could investigate it. So everything he did was to do that.
Right.
Were they originally at the laundry, or were they at?
They're at his house.
They're at his house.
They're
yeah.
at his house.
So was Gus always at his house, or was he always at the laundry?
Gus was at his
He's been
house.
the entire time at his house. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, this whole plan was so convoluted that it didn't really make that much sense to me. The whole thing, how they set everything up, how he placed the pistol there, really.
Well, so I don't think that was part of a master plan. I think the only
That's his security.
The only
That's
reason
just-
why Gus won was because he was just more prepared, and he had
Gus had prep time.
he had every single possibility in mind and planned for all of them. So as far as he knows, he's never going to end up in the lab with Lalo, but I mean, maybe he figured out, oh well, this is what Lalo's goal is to find this, so maybe I should have a gun hidden here just in case I wind up in the basement with him.
And they showed that being placed specifically, so.
Yeah, so that retards like you can't be like, well, where did the gun come from? I mean, with the social bullshit. That's pretty much what you would be saying if they didn't show that.
It's worth talking about actual death scene and how sinister it was that he gave Gus a final bloody smile after he was choking and dying on his own blood.
Speaking of Gus being complete shit, they redid what they did in Face Off, but better. Instead of, they want to give this character one last defining moment in their death, and instead of fucking Zombieland bullshit, I'm walking around with no eye socket and half my brain, and I'm gonna adjust my tie like a fucking retard. It's much better just to have a bloody smile. A lot more realistic in my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was confused there for a second because I was sure that nothing could ever surpass the movie Face Off, but yeah, I guess, that scene from Breaking Bad where he's got the face off.
Hartsy was trying to tell me it's scientifically possible, and at that point,
Yes,
it's just pure copium.
It's possible, but unlikely.
It's so stupid.
Oh, it's definitely possible, shut up.
Yeah, possibly stupid.
Yeah, sure.
Erich said he agrees with me even if he won't admit it.
It's possible, damn it. His brain wasn't poking out, so he could still be alive, okay?
Well, hey, speaking of how smart these characters are, I'm sure we mentioned that moments ago with Gus's epic plans. Hartsy, you listened to the podcast this morning, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you can't play, but I assume the other two do not know this information. So, Vince Gilligan on this morning's Insider podcast revealed, in his opinion, and he's the creator, so I think it's canon, out of the entire Breaking Bad universe, he named in order the 3 smartest characters, and I am willing to bet neither one of you will accurately guess, not even the order, but which 3 people he has in mind. So who wants to guess first?
That's amazing, because I feel like
characters.
The way that intelligence is handled in this show isn't really like that impressive. It's just like most of the time the people have just read the script. But I guess it's pretty interesting.
Who are the 2 gray matter people? Are they involved in this?
You want me to spoil the answers?
Well, no. But what are their names? What are their names?
Gretchen and Elliot.
Gretchen and Elliot. I think they count as one person. I think they're number 2. I think Walt's number 1, and then Gus is number 3.
Oh, there's no way those 2 should be on the list.
Why not? They have a very successful business.
Okay, what about you, Florian? Florian, what's your list of 3?
Okay, well, I think Mike is number 1, and then and then I guess Walt, and then Gus.
Now, personally, I was shocked that Chuck was not on anybody's list, including Vince's.
I'm not surprised.
No, because Chuck, he's an expert in 3 kinds of law. Like, that's a lot of information to have in your brain. But nobody got it right. Hartsy, do you remember the answer?
Yes, Walt, Gus, and Lalo.
Wow.
Lalo's the 3rd smartest person in Breaking Bad.
Yeah, well, this is exactly what I don't like about this episode, because this episode makes Lalo that smart, because he does this perfectly simple plan that works perfectly right, and he tricks Gus to go to his laundry. I don't buy that Lalo would out 4D chess Gus. And
no, it makes sense. I mean, he knew that sending Kim to the house where Gus is would raise suspicion. They would go to the apartment, which would draw people away from the laundry. It's pretty. I think it's. Pretty, it makes pretty much sense.
Am I missing something, or I think Lalo's plan would have worked, but he had no way of knowing that Kim and Mike know each other. Like, that was the flaw in his plan.
It doesn't have anything to do with how he lost, though, because he lost.
It is because Kim was able to, Mike knows who Kim is, so he's not going to just kill her immediately, and she's able to say everything about Lalo to him, catch him up on what's been going on. If it was just some random person, I think Lalo was expecting them to just die.
Well, I hate that even more, to be honest, because that means that Gus going to the laundry was actually a good thing, even though Gus got himself caught really bad and his 4 bodyguards just did nothing and died stupidly. And then, I feel like the fact that was, acceptably part of the plan is insane. Like, all he had to do was hide away and not get caught by Lalo, and he would have probably killed him in the end. Or maybe just sent Mike there. That would have worked.
Well, I'm actually glad that Gus is the one who killed Lalo. I know a lot of people thought it would be Mike versus Lalo in the end. But really, this is... In this position right now, Gus is Walter, and Lalo is his Gus that he has to overcome to really become the Heisenberg, waiting deep inside, put it maybe in anime terms. Like, this is one of the early arcs that they have to overcome to embrace the true power. So yeah, I like that. It finally justifies all of the Gus storyline, is that all along this was his Walter White story, having to overcome a drug lord just as smart as him. Like, these are the top 3, in the universe as far as Vince is concerned. So, he has to overcome somebody just as good as him. And I thought it was, it really came full circle with this episode for me.
Lalo was the smartest when he caught Gus, but then he became the most stupid person ever when he just pointed that camcorder at him the entire time.
So, yeah, somebody with your intelligence level did bring that up on the podcast, and Vince literally does answer that question. The whole deal is that Don Eladio, he likes Gus because Gus is making him a lot of money. And Lalo is the only one who was caught on that Gus is full of shit. Gus is starting his own secret lab. He's planning on overthrowing and killing all of us. Lalo is literally the hero of his family that none of them believed. And Gus ends up killing the entire Salamanca family. So if only they would have just believed fucking Lalo. But they needed proof. And this was the proof. I'm gonna take the Chicken Man down into his secret little cave, film the whole thing. Oh, and just to really make sure that you're not mad at me for killing this guy who's making us millions, I'm gonna film his whole little speech he wants to give, saying why Don Eladio's like a big piece of shit. Like, oh man, this is nothing but further evidence to support my cause. I'm super Lalo right now. I was truly right about everything, every single thing. And then, of course, just like with Gus, you know, their one flaw, Lalo's, was that nobody trusted him and he can't trust anybody. So he's so driven to prove himself to be correct that, you know, that's the flaw that gets him killed.
Gus didn't kill all the Salamancas, because Hank killed 3 of them, the 2 twins and Tuco.
Yeah, but I mean...
Shut up. That was definitely Gus making that happen, because Gus tipped off Hank that he was getting assassinated. Like, that was clearly Gus killing them.
And I do believe that Gus had Mike finish off one of the twins. Right?
No, I think he did
in the hospital.
Himself. Didn't we see Gus putting the syringe in personally?
It might be. I do remember a shot of like Mike walking away from a room suspiciously, but whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, I might be wrong.
Anyway, I went on a big rant, so it's your turn, Rich.
Question for the group. Does it in any way increase or enhance Breaking Bad that we now know that the bodies of Lalo and Howard are buried under the super lab?
Yeah, I immediately thought of the scene when Jesse is inflating his hazmat suit and dancing around, and I was like, oh, wow, he's dancing on Howard's grave right now.
Like... That's what I love about the show, and what I love about a good prequel is it will like enhance how you think about things, and you'll be considering crazily different things on on subsequent watches of the show Breaking Bad after watching Better Call Saul.
I'm looking forward to doing a whole rewatch of both shows after the finale.
Yep.
If only we had a scene of Mike being really pissed that Jesse is dancing on Howard's grave, huh?
For all we know, that's why he was so mad.
Yeah, maybe. But that wasn't Mike being mad at him, right? It was.
And Mike was always pretty mad at everybody.
I guess so.
Was this the episode that Bob Odenkirk had his heart attack during?
Yeah, this is the episode.
This is the episode.
I don't know where he could have had his heart attack because he sat in a chair the entire episode.
They explained the story on the podcast. They said it was in this scene where Kim and Jimmy are sitting on the couch and talking to Lalo while he's standing across from them. They were filming all of just the Kim and Jimmy parts, you know. I guess that's how they do it. Just they film all of that one angle or whatever, like blocked out. And he had his heart attack just sitting on the couch doing that. So I guess Lalo was genuinely so scary that it gave Bob Odenkirk a heart attack.
Holy shit, that's wild.
I thought they were just talking about the order in which they filmed the scenes. I didn't know they talked about the heart attack.
Yeah, because then
I thought they just said it happened.
The heart attack happened, and then 2 months later they came back and filmed Lalo's part of that scene. So those two, like, they're going back and forth in the show, but that's really 2 months apart.
I really hope there's not a clear difference between Bob Odenkirk pre and post heart attack in the next couple episodes.
Well, he did look pretty sickly when he was tied up to the chair.
Yeah,
so that might have been because he just had a major heart operation. Which, I mean, really adds to the scene because it's like the most traumatic experience of his life.
I was gonna say, it works for that scene because he's very distressed. He's very like, yes, like.
I was like actually sick to my stomach. My stomach was hurting in a good way. When that scene happened, because it's so dark that he has to stare at the dead body of Lalo. Like, I'm not Lalo, Howard. You know?
Howard.
Oh yeah, that was great when they're like they're staring at each other, but one of them's dead. Oh my god! And Jimmy can't even move.
That's
man,
so messed up.
And then the blood from Howard's body is like slowly trickling towards him, and he's like desperately trying to back up while he's tied up to a chair.
It's so like sickening.
Yeah, better than Hank's death. I said it.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that was really wild. It's so crazy that they really resolved everything with just that, huh? Are you happy that we waited all this time just for one episode?
Oh, how dare you!
Finish it all off?
Hartsy texted me it was worth the wait, like immediately after the episode ended.
Yeah, it was such a good episode. Like, I thought like nothing would top 607. Then 608 came out.
And I am convinced that every episode from here on out, unless something goes horribly wrong, will be as good, if not better. They've got 5 episodes to wrap up everything. Like, it better be just constant resolutions and epic shit.
This season is making some crazy decisions about, like, oh yeah, we're going to kill Nacho in the 4th episode of the season out of, like, 13. They kill Howard in the 7th. They kill Lalo in the 8th. Like, they are fucking burning people down. And
yeah, characters are dropping like flies.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I don't think they can, like, top the stakes and intensity of 608. Like, I think this might be the most tense episode, not just in Better Call Saul, but in the whole Breaking Bad Better Call Saul.
I don't agree with that, because whatever is going on with Gene could be more tense, because it could be let's say Kim's involved with that too. Like, it's magnified, because it's everything that's happened in Breaking Bad as well, combined with the futures of these characters that we kind of know are safe from the past timeline.
So do you think
and we don't know where Gene is going to end up. Gene's
right.
Jimmy. So
do you think it's possible that the police lady is going to interrogate Jimmy and she's going to be really suspicious of him, but she doesn't have any evidence? But then when she finally finds Gene, then she'll have all the evidence and she'll actually take him down.
Oh, you think they're going to carry over that character that long?
It'll be one person.
Yeah, I think it could happen. It could be pretty interesting.
I think Jimmy and Kim will stick to the story of he came here, he was all erratic, and then he left. And I think they're just going to be really guilty, and it's going to show how the guilt affects them throughout the episodes.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be really hard for them to prove their innocence, because they know that he defended Lalo.
Yeah, but Florian, who even cares? By the time we get to Gene, he's already outed as being with Heisenberg. Like, the biggest meth kingpin of all time. Like, they don't need to make a case against him anymore. If they catch him, he's going to prison. That just seems like a waste of time.
Yeah, but she's just, like, so mad that she couldn't catch him before that she really wants to get him now. You know?
Yeah.
Just, revenge.
I guess.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'm making it all up. Who knows?
Yeah. Do we have any final thoughts about this episode?
I liked the cold open a lot. Like, it was really devastating to see how they treated Howard's body being buried right next to his murderer underneath a meth cooking lab. He got so disrespected.
I think this is an all-time great episode for the series. I think when we look back on season 6, it'll probably be one of the strongest seasons of the entire show. That sometimes is the case for TV shows, if it's like well constructed and all kind of like all the dominoes fall the way they should. But a lot of times these shows tend to fall apart in their last couple seasons. I mentioned Game of Thrones earlier, and that was a complete fucking shit show. But yeah, like Better Call Saul keeps getting better, and I can't imagine what the finale will be like. I don't know whether it's possible to top something like Breaking Bad, but I think it's definitely possible for this show.
The show is already like topping Breaking Bad. Like, I do genuinely think Better Call Saul is a better show than Breaking Bad. Mm-hmm. And I think season 6 might beat Breaking Bad season 5 as the best television season of all time. I think it genuinely might.
Would you say that like this episode was as good or better than like Ozymandias?
I would say it's almost that tier.
Mm-hmm. I can't quite get somewhere like that quite yet. I think like it's close. It's like kind of approaching. I don't know that anything that Saul has done has been as high as the highest Breaking Bad episodes.
I'm pretty sure right now the show is sitting at a perfect 10 on IMDb.
Whoa, holy shit.
I mean, not the show, the episode.
Oh, the episode. Okay, I was going to say, how the fuck is the entire show?
Not the show.
I think I saw 9.9, but yeah, it's pretty...
Oh, 9.9, it must have changed since I last looked.
Yeah, I kind of wish that Gus had done something more smart. I kind of didn't like that they... that Gus was so desperate and he just so barely survived. I feel like we saw a lot of Gus having to deal with these people in Breaking Bad. So I really didn't think that we would see like something way more dramatic here. Like when he goes and poisons all the people in Breaking Bad. I mean, I thought that would be like the toughest shit for him, but apparently he was like within an inch of his life here, and
he was within an inch of his life back then too. Like he did drink poison.
Sure.
The only difference is this experience has hardened him, has made him stronger. I would say has made him less afraid and more calculated.
Well, I feel the fact that he beat Lalo in a shootout is like incredibly unlikely. So I think he was more likely to die from this because he did not go according to plan at all. I don't think.
Well, I don't think it's incredibly unlikely because it's pitch black. He knows where he's standing in relation to him, and he's shooting at him, so he sees the muzzle flash. But so I'm pretty sure it's pretty likely that he shot him and killed him. I'm pretty sure it makes sense.
So that he was able to find the gun immediately in the dark.
Well, he practiced that, but I'm getting a headache from listening to Florian talk about this show, so I think we should wrap it up.
Wow.
E-Rich, did you get everything out about the episode you wanted to say?
Yeah, I think so. Bravo Vince, as always. I think whenever he comes onto the show, I think he's even better here than he was on Breaking Bad, to be honest.
Do we know if this is Vince's final directing job on the show? Does he have another one coming up?
He directed the second to last episode, I'm fairly sure.
And is Peter Gould doing the final episode?
Uh-huh.
Oh, based. So based. Okay.
Well, folks, in the last episode, it's confirmed.
Folks, hopefully we will be back here after every single episode. I know the first half of the season, some episodes were less conversation starting than others, but maybe, just maybe, I'll be right, and every episode until the end will be 10 out of 10 pure kino, and we'll be back here every single week to talk about it with you. I have been Simian Jimmy.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to more. Goodbye, everyone.
Fuck you, Florian. I didn't say bye yet. I'm E-Rich.
Well, we can all say bye. Jesus.
I'm Hartsy. Bye, everyone.
Check out Ball Frog on Steam, everyone.
Or don't.
Hell yeah, Patchy beat the game.
Yeah, my brother Patchy, he did prove that he is the superior gamer. He did beat Ballfrog, so hopefully you guys can stream that together and I don't have to look at that bullshit anymore.
Yeah, I really need to get him on to play with me. That'll be great.
Yeah, play with my little brother in front of everybody, Florian. That'll be great.
Yeah, with my ball frog, you know?
He's a married man, you sick fuck!
I'm gonna lick him. You can't stop me.
I bet you will.
Fuck.
Yeah.